YouTube, this is Lilith the Star. Doing a bit more of my drawing today. Well, I say drawing. Painting we're doing on this bit now. Fixing and getting colours all together now. Oh, I've probably done this before. So, today, for this video, God, they were so quiet a second ago, we are now going to start painting little Loki, because he's the next part that needs painting, and hopefully by the end of this we'll have decided whether or not we need to do some outlines on it or not. Hopefully, I'm not sure what I want to do with it. There's been a couple of people who have been saying that they reckon I shouldn't do outlining because they really like Odin the way he is, and there's been some good recommendations that I have a look and see what it looks like once all the basic colours are on. And God, people are trying to contact me just when I'm starting to do my videos and stuff. Always the way. But if at any point you're looking at this and you say, well, that needs to be outlined, or that doesn't need to be outlined, or whoop, Sam should stop throwing the paintbrushes around, or you have any particular sudden flashes of inspiration, please do feel free to let me know by leaving a note in the comments, because it's always nice to have to read those comments. Always nice. Yeah. So I think we want to make Loki possibly paler than Odin, because after all we're going to have him being proper old styly red-haired Loki with all his green finery, because yeah, I'm doing this as the green style Loki. I've always imagined his colour to be green, not just before Marvel came out. I'd like to add here. Yeah, so we should have done a bit more down here. There we go, that's cheap. I've so got to get some better paintbrushes for these, because I have to admit these are the ones that I do use for my model, some of my model painting. I will admit not a lot of my model painting. at least a little bit of it. So yeah, let's see if we can get some more of Loki done. Or even get Loki done, because we got Odin done in one sitting last time. Wouldn't it be cool if we could get both of them done? Let's... Come on. My girls were really quiet, and then once again I put the camera on. I think they just don't like the camera, guys. Either that or they really overly like the camera. Okay, so there's Loki's mostly done. So, start on his eyes. And now the green of the tunic. Yeah, I like this bright green. Because it just... Yeah, I've green is kind of... I know a lot of people would say, oh, fiery colours. And yeah, I would agree. Normally I would do it with the reds and stuff like that. But I like the hidden meaning behind the green. And again, not the Marvel kind of green. Like sycamore trees. They were dying out because there weren't any forest fires, because sycamore uses, I think it's sycamore, I'm trying to remember which one it is now because I'm very bad with tree names, but there's a certain tree out there that actually uses fire to help it grow by getting rid of all the old dead vegetation around its roots so it can grow stronger, bigger, better, and all that kind of stuff. And I always liked the idea that the green represented the necessity for chaos in anyone's life, because without it things became stagnated, and you know, you couldn't have too much chaos, but you couldn't have too much order either, because they'd counterbalance each, you know, by counterbalancing each other they create a perfect blend. And I always liked that idea. Okay, I'm trying to get this to work the same way that it did with Odin's clothing, but I think Loki's going to be difficult. Typical, my boss lets me paint Odin really easily and then goes, for me, no. It's just like him, really. Either that or I need to go and give him some more wine. That wouldn't surprise me either, to be honest. But I didn't want to use too bright a green for the tunic. or too dark a green, because the tree behind him is going to be quite dark, I hope, and leafy looking. This is having trouble blending it today. That's fine though. I'm sure it'll look fine when I'm done. I'm hoping it'll look fine when I'm done. Though, someone did mention sepia, maybe, to do this, to outline this, if I decide to outline it. And you know what, actually I'm going to zoom in there. There we go. A bit more Loki. So yes, thank you very much for that. I'm probably going to do that now. Yes. But yeah, I'm really, actually, when I first started this, I will admit, I didn't think I could do it. Because, you know, it was just one of those things of, I've got ideas in my head, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get them down on the paper. I don't think it's going to work the way I want it to work. I don't think the person, Mr. David Walker, will like this. And it actually has turned out that I'm quite enjoying this. Mr. Walker quite likes what I've done so far. This might turn out to be quite good for me. Now, why am I doing Loki's clothing a little bit less ostentatious than Odin's? Well, Odin is the big I am, and Loki's not really, he's kind of the outcast. So I figure he'd have nice clothes, but they might not be as nice and as much gold on it as Odin's. So, last step before Loki is actually completed, and he was a lot quicker to paint than Odin, is his booties. His booties. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the booties. And then we can start on the almighty tree. The reason I'm doing the background last, the very, very backgroundy bit last, is because I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it kind of like this. So the blue lines, and try and get it the same as that. I'd like to try, if I'm going to research that a bit more, before I give it a go, because I don't want to mess it up. What I'm also planning on doing is, maybe when I get more towards the end of this, is doing a photocopy of it and inking the lines in over the top, and then having you guys have a look at it and say, well, I prefer this one. So yeah. There we go. Little Loki, and little Odin are now finished. First things first that we're going to do though is going to now rub out all these extra lines that we've managed to put in somehow. And now we know where the basic gist of them all is, kind of thing. Will you stop throwing stuff at me? Sorry, my girls are getting, you might be able to hear them, you might not. They're getting a bit over anxious. So, right, now the basic bits are done. Time to start on the branches of the tree. Now, if you're watching this and you have any ideas on how to make this look better, how to make this look nicer, and so on and so forth, or you just stumble upon this and are like, oh, I'd have done this differently, please do let me know in the comments, especially if it's anything to do with this bark and stuff. I am going to have a look around and see if I can come up with any ideas between takes. However, I don't know how much I'm going to manage to get done, and how much I'm not. Let's go with some odd irregular lines around here every now and again, just to try and make it fit a little bit nicer. So we'll start off with this and see how we go. I think it's the best way of doing this. It's either going to look blooming brilliant when I'm finished, or it's going to look like the worst thing in the universe. Running out of water. Think, guys, is it looking bad? Is it looking good? Am I doing alright? I know my legs are going dead. That's for a start. Okay. Having problems keeping this on my little table so that you guys can see this. If I go too far away, I get the feeling you don't see much and it's not as interesting for you. And if I go in too close, I keep going outside of where that hurt. But yeah. Ha! I got dead leg. For when that happens. I have well and truly got a dead leg this time. Gonna see how this goes now. The idea I've got for this is to try and give the bark a bit of kind of colour, and so it's not all just brown, is doing these longer lines. Of course this is all completely and utterly experimental, so I'm not 100% sure if this is even gonna work, but let's have a look, shall we? Sorry guys. Nope, wrong way. Probably done completely the wrong thing, and someone's like, "No, you fool! How dare you do this and not be..." Well, I'm doing it now. Deal with it. Doing it, working right at the bottom now. Oh. Okay. So, what we're thinking of this. I normally hate drawing trees. I'm not very good at drawing anything that is inanimate. Give me something animate to draw, and I'll probably be just fine. But something inanimate, oh god. So what we're thinking of it so far then, ladies and gents. I'm hoping it's going to look really nice when I'm finished with it. But there's only so much hope you can do. You've got to try and make it do these things really, haven't you? Lots of people messaging me tonight. Actually, I might leave that like that. That looks quite nice, actually, I think. No. I'm actually really enjoying this. I don't tend to get to do this kind of thing as much as I probably should. All the drawing and enjoyment of it, because a lot of the times I just don't really do it, if you get what I mean. I mean, most of the time I tend to draw for this, I do something on DeviantArt called Horse Art RPG. A lot of you go, "Oh, it's an RPG game, it's one of those." Yeah, it helped me develop my drawing. an awful lot when I'd been drawing for years and then I stopped drawing because of a combination of my beloved mother, my art teacher being a complete cow and telling me I would go nowhere in my life, and just depression. Basically, I didn't draw, didn't do anything and to get back into it, this game helped me. However, it doesn't mean that I haven't actually done an awful lot towards it. That isn't it for a long, long time. I'm quite liking this. I might have to leave some of this white just to kind of, you know, bring it all across, because I'm really liking this, actually. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think I should try and get the whole lot painted, or should I leave it like this? I'm just going to finish doing this bit. But you know what, this might get left. I'm actually really proud of this. Look at that. Let me, well, what do we think of that so far, ladies and gents? I think that's enough for this episode. Going to let it dry. Well, this part of this episode, we'll see how it goes. Yes, you can see. And I'm going to take some photos, put it up on Facebook, and see what people think. So, for now, bye-bye, YouTube.